Howdy, everybody. How we all doing today? I hope well. I'm doing all right. It's starting to rain now. I always hate driving in the rain, but you got to do what you got to do to pay those bills. Before it started raining, I finally got to see some full-on direct sunshine this morning. Uh, Went out and got my walk in. That was good. That was the first non-clouded, non-rainy sun exposure I've gotten in 4 days now, I think. But that's what it's like living in Eastern Kentucky. The sun rarely ever shines, and it rains all the time. So this is my first off-the-cuff video, and I figured, I've got 35 minutes to drive to work every day. I might as well set my camera up in my car and try that out. You now get to listen to the sound of my windshield wipers because it is really coming down out here. I probably shouldn't be filming. So if I get real quiet for a couple of minutes, because it's real bad. Plus all this noise, I really didn't think this through. Car noise, the rain noise, the windshield wipers. I wanted this to just be like a quick little thing that I could throw up and be like, there, that's how I'm doing, that's what my day's like. Everything's good, great, bad, whatever. But I'm probably going to have to do a lot of denoising on this before I upload it. Anyway, released my second video last night, the big videos. It's about depression. If you've not checked it out, you should check it out. I'll put a card up here somewhere as soon as I figure out how to do that. But today, in true off-the-cuff fashion, I want to talk about just what's on my mind. And the thing that's on my mind today is looking like an idiot. So the park that's close to my house is still closed. I don't know why it's still closed. Parks were supposed to open back up on the 8th in Kentucky, but it's still closed, which means to go outside every day and get my 15 minutes of sun exposure and all that, I've just been walking around in my front yard, my backyard, the little road beside my house. And so I don't walk, it's not like a continuous walk. Like I'll walk so far and I'll turn and I'll come back around and I'll just keep walking this little loop. And the first time, like in my backyard, it's not bad because in my backyard, the only people that can see me are my neighbors and they already know I'm weird. So it doesn't bother me. But the first time I decided to go out into my front yard and walk because there was no sun in the backyard and just tons of sun in the front yard, I was out there walking around, and it's right beside the highway, right? So people were driving up and down the road, and I know that they probably didn't care. Most of them probably didn't even notice. But in my head, and this is one of the things that the adversary does, is it's just so much self-doubt, right? Like, so I'm out there walking around doing my thing, and people are driving by. And in my head, I just think, I'm like, they all think I'm an idiot. They must think I'm the stupidest person, or I'm weird, or just any slew of negative comments. I really hate that I care about the judgment of others, because you shouldn't. Because it's your life, it's our lives. We should be able to live them as we please, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But I do. I worry about what people think. And y'all, this is a nefarious one. The past couple of days, about a week really, I've just had this nagging feeling in my mind that nobody that I know actually really likes me. And I know that's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. But it's there. And, the adversary, depression, anxiety, all these things, they just keep feeding it. It makes me so negative, and I don't want to be negative, because negativity feeds negativity. Do you know what feeds positivity? Fucking positivity. So I need to look into ways on how to turn negatives into positives. I have a couple of tricks left over from when I was in therapy. Maybe those will help again. I remember them being all right at the time. But yeah, looking like an idiot. Here's the thing. Embarrassment, humiliation, all those things, right? They can be very, very negative experiences. You know, they can ruin a person if that person lets it. But here's the thing that I've come to believe, and the thing that am currently trying to convince myself of, is that when you become embarrassed, when you experience public humiliation, I said in my last video that we have control over how we react to the things that we cannot control. Most of the time, when a person becomes extremely embarrassed or humiliated, it's because they failed at trying to do something, right? They're trying to be a good leader. They're trying to learn how to skateboard. They're, asking somebody out. Just all those different things. And here's the thing that I am latching on now. I think we all need to try to flip the switch on, is that I don't want to focus on the embarrassment of the failure. What I want to focus on is the bravery, the courage of the trying. So, how many times have we watched videos of like a skateboarder, right? He just jumps off, lands on the rail. He's supposed to grind down all cool like, but instead the board falls off. He just slams right down on his nuts, and we all ha 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 ha. And I'm sure that besides the pain, he's probably embarrassed about that. But how many of us can say, "Oh, we can do that"? Because most of us can't. And that's because they were brave enough to hop on the skateboard, jump off, and try to land on the rail. Now, you can say skateboarding's stupid, and sure, I don't know how this has become it applies to everything. That's just the example I want to make. The guy who goes up to the person that he's so into and is like, "Hey, would you like to go out this weekend?" And the person's just like, "No." That's rejection. Rejection hurts, and that's a topic for an entirely different day. But it comes with that failure. One of the reasons that rejection, I think, hurts so much is because you're embarrassed, and the adversary and stuff starts whispering in your head. It's like, "Oh, you're so stupid. Why did you think they would ever be interested in you? Blah, 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 blah." And it just feeds into that. But when that happens, we need to flip the switch. We don't need to feel embarrassed that we failed or were rejected or whatever. We need to be proud that we were brave enough to try, if that makes any sense. Anyway, that's just what's on my mind today. And I just want to be brave. So, and I think I am. I think I'm doing it. There's in the two videos, the big videos that I've put out, they don't really portray me in a very flattering light. Like, I don't try to shoot myself to look pretty. I don't try to film in such a way that it hides my flaws and my imperfections. I just set the camera up and I'm like, this is it. this is what I look like, this is where I live, this is the things I'm doing. No fancy schmancy editing to make me look pretty and better than I am. And that is terrifying. And, you know, I don't have a big following. Obviously, I've put 2 videos out. I didn't expect to wake up and have 1 million subscribers or anything like that. But I worry that if I do start to become even just mildly popular, that, you know, people will start throwing the comments down there. Oh, look at the fat whale. Ha, 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 ha. Look at him walk. He waddles when he moves. And, you know, fuck that. Right? Fuck that. I'm not embarrassed about it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm disappointed in myself for letting myself get to this point, but I'm proud that I've let myself be brave enough to put myself out there. And I think we all need to learn to focus on the courage that we exhibit every day in the smallest things. People with severe anxiety who go out and work a job every day around all kinds of people with all kinds of little tiny details to manage, they are all stars, right? People who, you know, like in my case, I have trouble standing up. My ankles kill me. I have a bad pain in my side because there's so much fat down there. It's pushing on my ribs, and when I sleep, it hurts. I get out of breath real quick, but I'm getting up every day. I'm going outside. I'm walking my 15 minutes in the sun. And 15 minutes might not be a lot to some people, but that fucking exhausts me, especially on my sore ankles. But I'm doing it. I think we all just need to find the thing that we want to do, focus on it, and do it. Embarrassment, humiliation, be damned. Focus on the courage. Focus on the bravery. I know I'm getting redundant, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off here. You know, if you guys want to follow me along on this journey, please. It would mean so much to me if you would like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, tell your family, you know, anybody who is dealing with depression, anxiety, who struggles with being motivated or inspired, send them my way. I'm doing my best to, I guess, become an inspiration. I'm not right now. I mean, maybe some people would be, but anyway, before I start rambling again, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Hopefully another off the cuff, maybe in the car, maybe not. We'll see how this turns out tonight. And just go out there, have a great day, go forth, and be good humans.